Blood. Street.
Oh, welcome to Broad Street Misery with our producer sneaking in very briefly there. Hey, welcome to Broad Street Misery, more specifically the Fly Eagles Fly podcast, formerly known as the 4for4 podcast. I am Corey Alexander along with
J-Bliss.
The very cool but comfortable J-Bliss in his hoodie, in his Eagles hoodie. We are back here and live at 9 o'clock every Tuesday to bring you some Fly Eagles Fly podcast. We talk about the Eagles. We're talking about the NFL. We're talking about all the deep stuff. We've got some great insight tonight. I got some insight about the Eagles running game. I got insight about A.J. Brown. I've got insight about where this team is headed as far as defense goes. Jay, as always, will give you insight that you never thought of before, and it'll make you feel like a piece of crap. And I will say things to piss him off, so you have to stay tuned just for that. So let's get into it. We always go right to the game review, but I do have to clear up some quick stuff, Jay, just so we can get through this real fast, because we do have some updates that are important because we all saw the game. We all know about the game. But here's the thing to start off with. Agbo Okoronkwo. We got him. He was from Cleveland. We got him at last minute. We signed him as a free agent. He tore his triceps in the Bucs game. He is now out for the year, officially put on injury reserve today after his tricep was sewn back into place. By the way, nasty injury for Tyreek Hill. Woo!
Yeah.
That was the one that ended the career of the fullback for the Eagles. His name escapes me momentarily, but Jared Weaver.
Yeah.
Ended his game with the dislocated, but his actually kneecap got pushed back the other way about 90 degrees. So that's a whole different story. It is now time for Azeez Ojulari to probably step up. I don't know when you're deactivated for the first 4 games. I don't know how you suddenly turn it on, but since after this weekend's game against the Broncos, 2 or 3 of the next games will be against the Giants. Maybe we'll have some extra incentive, Jay, to do something.
I mean, we didn't know Jomo was Jomo until he got into the game, right?
True.
So, I mean, you keep players for a reason, and they're on the roster for a reason, they're in practice for a reason, and you just don't know what you don't know. I mean, everybody scratches their head when they see Jeremiah Trotter Jr. getting in the game, but when he gets in the game, I don't see any drop-off.
Right. Neither do I.
We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say, oh, God, we down to the 3rd string or we down to the 4th string guy, but if that dude comes in and start producing, you know, we're on a plus, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I think you're right. I mean, we'll see what happens, but it's now his time. So you're right. They kept him around for a reason, even though he wasn't playing well. Maybe this guy is like not a practice guy. Maybe he's a game time guy. Here's the weird part. Today, they made a couple of moves, including putting Agbo on the IR. They released Land Dixon for the practice squad, but they placed long snapper Charlie Hewitt on the IR. Now I know he had some trouble. They actually cut him technically at the end of the summer, and then re-signed to the practice squad and then elevated him. I don't know what's going on. I haven't really noticed anything bad, but he just might be. I mean, he's older than our other long snapper, Lovato. I don't know why the heck they switched that. It's so weird.
Right.
Anyway, they've signed Cal Adamatis just to be their long snapper to take Charles Hewlett's place. So not sure that's going to work, but if we don't hear about him ever again, that'll be a good thing. That means he's not doing anything wrong.
Right.
MRI the other day confirmed that Malik Neighbors will be out the rest of the year on an ACL tear. Whew, that's good news for us. Feel bad for the guy because I do like good players to play against. Always sharpens the iron, but he is out the rest of the year. Oh, you don't have to worry about your boy Kenyon Green coming back again. He's officially on the practice squad for the Ravens.
Yeah, until he gets cut.
Yeah. So here's also a little updates too before we get to the game review. And by the way, it's weird that Vic Fangio, his honesty is so similar to the Andy Reid, Jim Johnson dynamic. Andy wouldn't tell you anything. Sirianni pretty much doesn't tell you anything, but Jim Johnson would tell you anything you ever wanted to know.
Right.
It's the same thing with Sirianni and Fangio will tell you anything he wants to know. So today he said, he told Quinyon Mitchell that he thought Sunday's game was his best so far. I think so too. You and I were talking about this about the game. He was tackling well. He was playing the run. He was playing the pass. Yeah, he held a jersey or two, but if you're a vet, you get away with that stuff, right?
Yeah, it's the immediately going after Baker that did it for me. Like immediately telling Baker, don't throw my damn way, bro. Like don't even come over to the side of the field. And like Baker's like looking back at him like, who are you? And then Wirf's got in the way and Quinyon snatched his helmet off. Like, yeah, man, ain't nobody talking to you. I'm like, yeah, Q. Let him know. Bait him into throwing to you. Bait him. Get him mad.
And that was even weirder because then he didn't throw much Ringo's way, which we'll get to in a minute on game review. But I thought that was interesting. Speaking of Ringo, Vic also said today, if Ringo keeps progressing the way he hopes he will, there's a good chance that he will remain the full-time starter even when Jackson returns.
He just got to learn how to tackle.
He's going to learn to tackle.
He's got,
and he can hit. I mean, he knows how to hit and he can hit. He's from Georgia.
He got to learn how to tackle, man.
So now this was the only odd thing he said today. I didn't get this because you and I talked about this too. He said Zadarius Smith had probably his best game so far.
I don't know. I didn't see.
I didn't see that part of it. He must be talking about something else, but I didn't see it.
I think he played better on that first game he played. When that was the Rams game.
First game was the Chiefs.
Yeah, he showed up there.
He certainly did. He had half a sack. He had some.
Yeah, showed up in the Chiefs game. I didn't see much in the Rams game. This last game, I don't think any defensive end did anything. Maybe he's talking about setting the edge. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah.
Maybe he's his best game in. He was learning the defense better of what he needed to do, his role. Right. He also said Josh Uche was improving as well. Now, I didn't think that either because I didn't think anybody did well. But if you look at the tape, I saw some tape again today. Uche actually had some good pressures. Didn't get home, but got some good pressures to force some incompletions from Baker. So maybe that's what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another thing that Vic said. I told you I was going to give you something today. Vic said Nakobe Dean's practice window will open this week or next week. And right now, it's not a consideration to have Jihad Campbell be an edge rusher and Nakobe play at linebacker. So you and I talked about this. It's a tough decision. We had talked about this previous, if the defensive ends continue to underperform, would it be better just to have Jihad Campbell just play D end and let Nakobe Dean play linebacker?
Well, my question is, here's my question.
Hit me.
If Nakobe Dean comes back and Zach Bond is not coming off the field, and most of the time when you're in your lineups, you have 2 linebackers on the field. You don't have 3.
True.
You not tell me you're going to put 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers on your setup?
I don't know.
I don't see them doing that. You going to have 3 linebackers on the field at the same time?
I don't think they're going to have 2. I think they're going to have 2. I think Nakobe Dean's just going to be backup.
Right. I don't think Nakobe Dean's going to be a backup.
Who's going to sit?
Campbell.
Can't have that guy sit.
You can't have Nakobe. Nakobe Dean is the green dot. He was the green dot before he got hurt. How are you going to put him on a bench when he was the green dot? He was the green dot before Zach Bond even started being like the dude.
But now Zach has picked it up, and now Zach's the guy.
Zach's not the middle linebacker, though.
He's not, but he's still calling everything. He's still green dot guy.
I don't know, man. I don't think you bring Nakobe back to sit on no bench, though.
My guess is going to be that on 3rd down, they're going to move Campbell up to edge rusher, and then Dean's going to come in on 3rd down. But even though Dean's best, because Dean, I think too, honestly, his best attribute is also blitzing. Remember last year, he had some really good timely blitzes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you bring him on 3rd, like 3rd and long. I think you bring him in. Zach's going to cover the tight end. Dean might be the spy guy. I'm guessing that's what they're going to do. I really think that the Dean is not going to be starting, and he'll still be behind Campbell. That's my guess.
I mean, it's a good problem to have, but I can't see that working.
Yep. Anyway, so that's that. By the way, this is another little odd stat. Eagles, since Kelsey and Fletcher Cox retired, 20-3.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? Is that totally nuts?
That's crazy. That is crazy. And we're so used to winning, we forgot what it feels like to lose. I don't know what you're doing with yourself because you like to be miserable.
Yeah. Bring back Kelsey and Cox. I like when we lost. It was so much better to talk about.
Right.
And speaking of DNs, Nolan Smith, I think is going to be a stud, but his injuries, his building of injuries is concerning at this point, I got to say.
I'm more concerned about Lane Johnson.
Yeah, 2 stingers in a row. Do you have to sit him a game to get that out of there?
I don't know, but like I said, Fred Johnson is not causing any fall off.
Well, he's not Lane Johnson. I mean, come on, Lane Johnson, Hall of Famer.
Johnson, but I think if you can let him sit out a game, it would be the game against, I don't know, because we got Denver and then we got New York.
Interesting. Okay.
Those are two good defensive lines that we come playing against.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We're going to get that in a sec, too. By the way, Eagles are the only 4th team in NFL history to allow 49 or more points in the first half in their last 3 games and still go 3-0. The last team to do that, the 2014 Eagles.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
Wow.
The last team to do it was us.
Yeah.
They're the 10th team ever to allow at least 49 points for halftime or 14 fewer after halftime through 3 games. The last time the Eagles did that themselves, I mean, there's other teams that have done that, was 1943. So interesting dynamic of this Eagles team. Let's quickly get to the AJ Brown tweet before we get into the game. And speaking of offensive line, we'll get into game review. So AJ Brown tweeted what he tweeted. You know, he says, if nobody's listening and nobody cares, then just, keep silent, walk away and shrug your shoulders. So this is what I heard today from 2 close sources to AJ Brown. And it was told that it was definitely directed at someone, possibly 2 people on the actual Eagles. Now, they would not elaborate and say if it was players or coaches or whomever. I got to believe, based on the fact that it was kind of curt to the point where it was like, this was definitely directed at someone. Then it said it could have been more than one person, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is Kevin Patullo. I believe that he's trying to give Kevin some helpers on like, this is what to do, because Kevin is new. Kevin doesn't have the same respect Vic Fangio does. You don't tell Vic what to do. Vic's going to tell you what to do. And that's the kind of command he's earned and respect. Kevin doesn't have that. And I guarantee that AJ is the one saying, listen, this is what you got to do. And Kevin's going, now I'm going to do my thing. And now it's a bit of a tug of war.
Right.
And AJ's earned the right to say something. Now, whether he follow it is up to Kevin, but he's definitely earned his right. Is 3 Pro Bowls in a row. He's got the right to say anything he wants.
Right.
And he's got a couple All Pros. So there's that. I'm going to get your opinion on that in 1 second. Then the other one was a lot of people are saying Dickerson is more beat up than they're letting on. The whole O-line is below standard right now. The whole O-line. I mean, Dickerson and Lane Johnson and Malata are still fine. More than fine. But I haven't been noticing greatness out of Steen or Juergens or Dickerson. And Steen for sure is fine. He's not great. He's fine, but he's definitely no Becton. So what are your thoughts on AJ and the offensive line before we get into our game review?
I feel like AJ is only a wide receiver is going to complain. Nobody else complains on the team of a wide receiver.
No.
And Smitty is just not the type to complain like that.
Nope.
Smitty just won't do it. But we'll never have no team will ever have any other position complain other than a wide receiver. That's going to be the only position that always complains. And AJ is just no different than anybody else.
Justin Jefferson's complained. I mean, you think Justin Jefferson's a big cent? He's absolutely complained.
So is Diggs and anybody else you can think of.
Sure.
Look at Tyreek Hill. He's complained.
He wanted to quit the team.
Yeah, it's always the wide receiver. So I look at it just as that, right?
Okay.
And I don't see it being a situation that's going to derail the team, right? Because ultimately, you ain't going to never be happy. Because even if you was on a team where you were getting all the passes and y'all were losing, then that's another reason for you not to be happy.
Right.
So I think Patullo has to understand what he has, and he has to devise ways to get the ball to AJ, just like he has to keep a count on how many times Saquon gets a handoff. And it has to be something that's thought about. If you have to have at least 10 attempts to AJ, then make sure you got 10 attempts to AJ. You're just going to have to do it.
Right.
Now, if he only catches 6 of them, then AJ don't got no reason to be upset at the end of the game. But when you only have 1 catch in the game for a first down, and then the other 3 or 4 are forced to you in the fourth quarter, 3 straight times on one drive that didn't amount to anything other than 3 incompletions, it's horrible.
Right.
And then think about it. Jalen goes for a decent amount of yardage in the first half, and in the second half, he goes like 0 for 9.
0 for 8.
0 for 8. Like, that's crazy.
The whole second half. I mean, 2
right.
quarters.
Right. And then you
sit there
and look at it and you go, is this Jalen? I don't think it's Jalen. I think it's the play calling.
I agree.
I do. I think it's the play calling. I think that it's easy. Like, when I see some of those routes and I see when they pan back and I see how the route is either a receiver running up full speed and coming back and looking for the ball, where the offensive line was already broken down, Jalen didn't see it and couldn't get to it, or it's a crossing route into coverage or a cross into coverage. And I'm like, why isn't nobody going up and out? Like, why is nobody going down the field?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Sometimes you got to stretch those defenses. The one thing that I will say that I watched from last night, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, is that Denver does leave the middle of the field open a lot. Okay. So I think Goddard might have a big game on this next one. All
right. Let's get into it. So let's say about the game. Let's start here. Eagles are 4-0. So there's always, you know me, I'm trying to pick out something, but you got to look at it this way. The Eagles just opened up a season, a win over their biggest division rival, Dallas, mm-hmm. a win over the defending AFC championships and Super Bowl runner-up, mm-hmm. a win over a perennial playoff team, the Rams, and a guy that Stafford would probably be a Hall of Famer, mm-hmm. and a win over a perennial playoff team that pretty much always beats us. Mm-hmm. To navigate that first month to be 4-0, mm-hmm. it's got to be positive. I mean, I know we have some negatives with the offense. We got a lot of negatives with this team. Yeah. That's incredible. Right there, I'm proud of this team.
We had them at 3-1.
Yeah, I had them 3-1. Absolutely.
We had them at 3-1.
Okay with that.
We were all wrong, right? And even the biggest Eagles homer didn't have them. We were only 4-0. No. But I mean, it's great. It's a great spot to be in. It's a great spot to be in. And again, like I said before, this team doesn't lose 2 games in a row this season, so I'm good. I don't see us losing a game until after the bye.
I think I could be right. Here's the crazy part. The Eagles never won 10 in a row before Nick Sirianni. Never.
Hold on.
Now.
Oh, you're right. You know what? You're right. Because I was just about to say 17 we did. But you know what? We lost game 2 against Kansas City.
No. We went 7-0 to start this year of 2017.
Oh, 17. Right.
We got 7-0, and then we lost, and we tied 2004. Remember, we went 7-0 in 2004, and we lost to Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh, which stopped that streak.
That's right.
So we never won 10 in a row before Nick Sirianni. And here's the crazy part. Now they've done it twice in a year, in 12 months. They won 10 in a row to start 2023. Mm-hmm. And then this year they've carried around 10 in a row from the other thing. It's insane.
Yeah, because they went 10 in a row. They went 10 in a row in 23. Then they fell off. Then they started 2-2 and then won 10 in a row.
Well, we won 10 in a row, lapped around from last year, though.
Well, we won 10 last year in the middle. Well, 9, I think. 9 or 10.
9. I think it was 9, yeah.
9, right.
So it's only been 10 twice, and that was because it was in 2023. So that's insane.
Yeah.
So your guys doing something right. By the way, they've improved to 4-0 for the 8th time in team history. 54, 81, 92, 93, which is crazy that they started 4-0 back-to-back years of Rich Kotek's. Mm-hmm. 2004, 2022, and 2023. Insane. The Eagles have turned a 20-1 record in the last 21 games, marking the most victories of any 21-game stretch in team history, of course.
Nice.
Nick Sirianni is the 3rd head coach in NFL history with 3 4-0 starts in their first 5 career seasons You know who he joins? Paul Brown and George Halas. Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Sirianni.
And by the way, he now owns the 4th highest winning percentage by a head coach in NFL history, moving past Ray Flaherty, whoever the hell it is. So now it's Guy Chamberlain, John Madden, Vince Lombardi, and Nick Sirianni in your top 4 of all time.
So will Sirianni take over what Madden is? They'll just come out with a video game called Sirianni.
By the way, here's the crazy part. Jalen Hurts is now 50-20 lifetime. Guess who he just passed for the 5th best winning percentage since the NFL merger?
Who did he pass? As far as winning percentage?
Winning percentage all time.
All time? Will it be somebody that'll be unbelievably?
It's somebody from the past, not currently.
Okay. Will it be somebody that I can't believe he passed?
Yeah, because it's like it's even past. It's not like even recent past. It's like
it's like okay, like Johnny Unitas or something.
Well, before or after him though.
John Elway.
It's just almost close. It's right there. Who was with him the whole time?
Dan Marino.
Another one.
The guy from the Buffalo Bills.
No.
Oh, okay.
San Fran. Who's in San Fran?
You talking about Joe Montana?
He passed Joe freaking Montana.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
He's 7-14. Joe is 7-13.
Damn.
And he's behind Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Roger Staubach, and Lamar Jackson, minimum 50 starts. So you're talking not Dan Marino, not Elway. Those guys were way down there.
Joe Montana, that's crazy.
Because remember, Marino and Elway had some rough times, so they're not up there that high, which is crazy.
That's great.
By the way, the Eagles became the first NFL team since 1978 to block a kick, field goal, or punt on 3 consecutive opponent possessions.
Yeah,
insane in the membrane.
That's great.
By the way, Eagles have also been outgained in yards in each of their first 4 games and are still 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
The only other team in history that's been able to win their first 4 games being outgained in each of those was the 2012 Cardinals.
Think about this for a second, though, right?
Which is nuts.
Yeah, just wait till we get it together.
I know.
We're playing horrible right now. Just wait till we get it together.
So let's get into the game a little bit. So we'll get into our grades and our 4 points. But so there was a review, by the way, the Eagles running game. So this is how they broke it down, Jay. They said most guys are getting beat, believe it or not, on the run game. But there's also a question of the condensed formation. So the runs up the middle, any calls with the tight ends as the lead blockers. There's got to be more checking out of certain run calls because based on pre-snap looks, which we're not getting. And Hurts was great with that last year. Great with that. I don't know if he's recognizing as good this year. So I know the defense are primed to stop Barkley, but it's just the formation, the condensed formations. There's all the tight ends. Everybody's squeezed in tight, so you know it's coming. There's just nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think it'd be better to have 4 wide and then have Barkley kind of pick and choose his ways?
Yeah, I think that might be a plus. Like you put AJ and Devontae, you put Mechie and Dotson out there.
Yeah.
And then Saquon in the backfield.
They can't box that up. They can't.
They can't stop everybody either.
Because here's the thing: even if you say we dare you to throw the ball, and you're going to leave like Dotson like either a cushion or nobody there, you just throw to Dotson. Even if it gains you like 4 yards, so what?
But even if they do Goddard out there, Goddard, Dotson,
yeah,
Devontae and AJ, it's still the same.
And I trust Barkley to I trust offensive line to open some kind of a hole, and I trust Barkley to get through it and score at least 6-7 yards.
Yeah.
Not be held back and have a -2 because everybody's stacked up. So the Eagles game is just the running game is just giving them nothing right now. But it wasn't that far ago that it didn't matter. Even if they were stacking the box, the Eagles were still blowing them off the line, and there was 8 in the box, and Barkley was still getting through. So certainly something's off. So again, it looks like either he's choosing the wrong lane. So they came down a couple of things. It's either he's choosing the wrong lane, so he'd probably want it back. Somebody missed a block, there was an overloaded box, and the team is just doing well and overloading the box. Sometimes it's the wrong call versus the scheme, which could be back to Kevin Patullo. He's calling the wrong play for what it's done. I do believe we missed Becton. I don't believe that Steen is as good as Becton. I think that's an issue. I think Dickerson is hurt more than he's letting know. And Juergen still has his back issues. So I think you're talking about a beat up offensive line that's just not going to be as good as last year.
We're still 4-0.
I know, which is crazy. I don't know. Let's go to get better. The first half they outscored the Bucs 201-99 and outscored or outgained them 201 yards to 99 and outscored them 24-6. Hurts was 15 of 16 for 130 yards and 2 TDs, and Eagles averaged 7.2 yards per play and 3 first downs. The second half, you ready for this?
Yeah.
And this is not even including the negative 34 rushing yards that Brandon Mann did at the end of the game, because that counts. So it's negative 34 rushing yards. But even with that, they were outscored 19-7, outgained 277-33. To 33 yards they gained. 33.
Yeah.
Hurts was 0 for 8 in the second half. Barkley was 12 for 25 and averaged 1.1 yards per play. Again, that's without the negative 34-yard intentional safety.
So I'm going to give it to you this way. And we talked about this at halftime. I did bring it up to you. I said,
okay,
they're going to be who we were in the second half of the Rams game. And that's who they were. Their defense stepped up, shut us down, and then they took their opportunity to try to come back and win the game.
Okay.
They fell short, but I think part of our ineptitude was our play calling, right?
Right.
I think part of their ineptitude was they did allow Baker to keep throwing the ball. And the difference between Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts is Jalen is not going to put that ball in that danger there. Jalen will run off. He'll take that ball and run to the outside and go out of bounds, but he will not throw that ball where he threw it to Campbell. He won't do it.
Right.
He will not do it. And that's the difference between him winning 20 games and Baker
losing that game. I agree.
Yeah.
That's a very good analysis. I like that.
100%.
For sure, what you're talking about is the play calling was very predictable and mundane in the second half. Very predictable.
Second half, it really was. But then it's kind of like, it's like you didn't make adjustments because you were up 24-6.
Right.
So you kept with what you had. But when we had the Rams game, you went and you made adjustments because we were down.
Right.
So you got to make adjustments as if we are down, as if it's not working.
Correct. I love that. Because it was one of those things where I don't think the Bucs played as good. I just think the Eagles were just playing that poorly.
Too vanilla in the second half.
Right. And they just were playing not to lose. And guess what happens? You almost lost.
Yeah. And that'll never be what it is because Kellen Moore wasn't like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Kellen Moore was not like that.
So Hurts did make some bad reads and throws, and the running game was even worse. They had 8 drives, and that's 6 punts, an intentional safety, and a touchdown after a Bucs turnover, the Eagles 25. So they basically had 5 3-and-outs in one half, which is crazy bad. The only thing that I saw for sure, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a 3rd and 8. I think it was in the first half. Maybe it was the second half. But it was a 3rd and 8. Vita Vea came in and sacked him, and Hurts held the ball way too long. And there was a dump out in the flat to Goddard, who was wide open. And Hurts was looking right the hell at him.
Right.
Now, why he didn't throw, Jay, you have to tell me because I have no idea. Because A.J. Brown was farther back. But Hurts, if he got that ball, Goddard, if he got the ball, I'm sure would have gotten a first down because it was about 5-yard throw, and nobody's going to get him in 3 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe his body wasn't turned properly. I have no idea.
He was turned. He was turned. He looked. He had the ball cocked. Just didn't throw it. And I believe sometimes he does have a little bit of freeze mode. He just freezes up, and he's like, I'm too nervous. I'm not throwing it, and then something like that happens, which is weird because in Super Bowl, he's like, I don't care. I'll throw anything.
Right.
So I don't know why he would be more conservative in a regular season game than something in like a Super Bowl, which I'm glad he doesn't, but it still doesn't make sense to me. They did allow close to 400 yards. They gave up 2 70-yard touchdown passes, only the 3rd time in the last 60 years that's happened, by the way. And they have allowed over 100 yards rushing again. So, and here's another thing. Their second half tackling was terrible. Their first half, they were on it. Bond was on him. Quignon was on him. Cooper DeJean was on him. Second half, man, dude, everybody was missing tackles.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd say, the only thing now, and we can talk about this when we get to this, but is Kevin Patullo overmatched? That is the big question. So let's get to our 4 points. So it's around half to pass the hour. Give me your first 4 point.
Quinyon Mitchell set the tone. He came out there to play. He did not come out there to be minuscule. He came out there to show everybody, do not throw to my side. Do not run to my side. Do not come to my side. I'm gonna tackle. I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna lock down your best receiver, and that's what it's gonna be.
He was amazing. It was his best game. I mean, even Vic said it. It was the best game. I like it. Number 1 for me, and this is the big one of this whole game and the first 4 games. You ready? Too many penalties.
Yeah.
We had 2 more. At 3. I see 3 unsportsmanlike conducts. 3.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. Listen, you got to stop it. Cooper DeJean stepping over the guy. It's the Allen Iverson step over. Whatever. I mean, listen, guys. Make sure you just turn and make sure there's nobody in front of you, and you want to flex, you want to do bow and arrow, whatever you want to do, fine. Do not do it in front of anybody. Don't step over anybody. Don't look at anybody. Don't touch anybody. Just do your job and move the fuck on. I mean, I'm tired of these penalties, and there's a lot of penalties, even more than that. Holding and interference. It's like you got to clean this game up because that's going to lose it for you someday. Someday we're going to be talking, and the Eagles lost by a field goal because of 11 penalties in the game.
Yep.
Number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me would be special teams is a plus.
Yeah.
Like it's something that we just kind of overlook. Like we talk about man all the time as far as punts, but to get a punt block when you know they were practicing all week for the field goal block,
right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like damn, it's something else to damn practice for too. Like these dudes getting through both. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the punt block team don't have nothing to do with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis.
No,
like that's Lavatu and Sidney Brown that did that one. Like it's like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like special teams, man. Like that dude is definitely he's about to get a job somewhere.
Yep, for sure. I love it. For me, it was the up and down offense. We've already talked about that. So to me, it's too mercurial in this early part of the season that something's got to be done. Something's got to be done.
Right.
Number 3 for you.
Kevin Patullo is a liability. Now, Jalen Hurts is going to get a blame for everything. They blame Jalen Hurts. They're going to tell him he's not top tier. They're going to tell him this. They're going to tell him he's that. But listen, behind that curtain is an offensive coordinator that his job is on the line.
Yep.
The only difference between him and Press Taylor is we were losing.
I agree.
And ultimately, that's what cost Doug Peterson his job. So we were 0-4 right now. Patullo will be out.
Absolutely.
Sirianni would be like, I'm not losing my job for you. He already went through it with Brian Johnson. He almost lost his job when we had Brian Johnson.
Correct.
So, like, how he's going to be like, hey, man, as long as they winning, it's under the radar. The minute we lose, it's a Kevin Patullo press conference all week.
What are the chances Ben Johnson gets fired in the next 2 weeks and we can get him for our OC?
I would not want it.
All right, number 3 for me is lack of pass rush. Lack of pass rush is killing me. And we already have another guy that went down. We talked about this. Azusa is going to be in there. Zadarius Smith might be a little old. Who knows? But they are getting nothing from their DNs right now. Nothing. Jelix Hunt hasn't have a sack yet. I mean, nobody has a sack other than Zadarius Smith has a half a sack. That's it.
Yeah.
From their DNs. And over 4 games, you can't have it. You just can't have it. I mean, Sweat disappeared a little bit. Even what's his face? Hassan Reddick disappeared for a time too. But this just can't happen. This just can't happen.
Yeah.
So they need to either make a trade or do something serious in the offseason to get somebody for DN. This is not going to hold up. Number 4 for you.
It's kind of like the opposite of what you're saying. I'm saying the defense has been reliable for us. When I say reliable, like when we need them, they're there. Like
True.
They've stepped up in the second half. We need them in the second half. They got a critical stop for us when we need a critical stop. Jahai Campbell comes with an interception when it looks like the team
and forcing a fumble.
So they have been reliable. They have been who we've leaned on these last 4 wins. The offense has done enough, but the defense is what has won us these games.
Okay. All right. I like it. My last one was similar to that, though. As a whole team, the will to win is amazing.
Right.
This team has still got something with them that we cannot put our hands on, that as much as we want to complain, their will to win is second to none right now. Second to none.
Yeah.
And that's why they're still 4-0. Bills are 4-0 because they're a good team and they know how to play football.
Yeah,
we are 4-0.
They get to the postseason. Let's not forget that.
I'm just saying, I'm living in the moment. I'm living in the moment. I'm not saying anything more. Just saying right now, 4-0. Bills are 4-0 because they're a darn good football and very talented. We're 4-0 because we got a will to win.
Yeah.
All right, game ball for you, my friend.
I'm sorry, the sophomores. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Yep. Both of them. 1 and 2, dude. Them dudes balled out. They are leaders right now on the squad.
I like that. I had Jihad Campbell. I had a sneaky one for like a sort of a dark horse. I'll tell you that in a sec. But Jihad, even though he did have a bit of a tough game, getting that fumble and getting an interception is just huge. I mean, he's the one who he'll make 2 great plays and then have a bad play, but he's right back making a good play. He's learning really fast, Jay. Yeah. He is right on it. Bing, bam, boom. And I love seeing this kid out there. That's why you can't bench this guy. He's just too exciting. And he's the kind of guy that once he figures out that pass rush, he is going to be all over the field. He's just going to be an unstoppable. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's going to be one of those top tier defensive linebackers in the league.
Yeah.
A sort of sneaky guy was Perry Nickerson, 30-year-old slot corner who until Sunday hadn't played in the NFL since 2023. It's been 2 years since the guy played. 2 years.
Wow.
And he had that big breakup.
Yeah.
On that 4th down play. So kind of kudos to Perry Nickerson. I mean, coming off the bench, making a big play, kind of like Maddox in the Super Bowl, coming off the bench, making that play. I mean, listen, you're not playing the whole game. It's one minor thing, but everything counts, and you got to give people their due. So Perry Nickerson, good for you, buddy.
Yep.
And by the way, here's a crazy stat for you. Ready for this one? It was kind of a sneaky game ball. Dallas Goedert. You're not ready for this. You know you're not ready for this. Dallas Goedert had as many TDs Sunday as he had all of last year.
He only had 2 touchdowns last year?
All of last year he had 2 touchdowns.
Well, he was hurt for what, 6 games, right?
But still, I mean, 2 touchdowns and I mean in one game he matched his entire season output. That's still saying something, dude. That's bad.
Both of them were like shovel passes, though.
I know. It wasn't even really touchdown passes.
Right.
Hey, he's got 3. He's got 3 total, which is 1 more than last year, which I'll take.
Yeah.
Drama Queen. I think we both have the same one. So why don't you say it for us?
AJ Brown, man. AJ, like, just relax, man.
The
time is coming, man. You're gonna have one of them Pittsburgh games soon enough, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like it. All right. Let's get to the grades. Give me your overall grades for each of them.
Offense, I have a C. Defense, I have an A because they stayed consistent for us. Special teams, I have an A, and coaching, I have a B.
Okay, so offense, I had a C plus. Just to give them a 2 B. Defense, I had a B minus only because they give up almost 400 yards total, which is a lot. Right. They gave up 25 points, which is a lot. It's more than our usual, and they also gave up 100 yards rushing. So, and the 270-yard plays. Campbell, we talked about. Campbell wasn't totally responsible for that, and there was the one pass was really tight.
All right,
but it's still 70-yard touchdown. So
yeah, you're right. But
they could be better.
I look at it as a tale of 2 halves, right? So I'm looking at those 270-yard plays, right? Broken coverage, just like the defensive end couldn't get there. I don't blame it on the secondary. I blame it on the fact that he did have as much time as he had, but one was a mistake by the safety, and the other one was just Baker had too much time. You know what I mean?
People contain, and then of course, Bucky Irving's going to outrun Jihad Campbell every day of the week.
But when I go to the first half, going into half 24-6, your defense was balling out.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
Yeah.
So let's go through some quick ones. Jalen Hurts, he was 0 for 8 with 0 passing yards second half. Still unfathomable. He did a splendid job against the blitzes in the first half. I mean, really well. But not so much in the second half. And often there were built-in answers, and he just got to them but he just looked like the quarterback in the second half that was just confounded, by the blitz, because they didn't blitz as much in the second half, but they had 4 rushers and a spy, and apparently that bothered Jalen. So got to figure that out. Saquon, 19 carries, 43 yards. Another tough game. A.J. Dillon, he had the longest run from scrimmage, an 11-yarder, which is so bad.
Yeah.
It's weird is that Dillon is now ahead of Will Shipley because Will Shipley returned from injury, but didn't really see him at all. He had a couple of plays where he was out in the flank or something, but didn't get anything. So kind of weird. This is just pathetic. 2 catches, A.J. Brown for 7 yards. Devontae Smith, 2 catches for 29 yards. Can't have it. Can't have it.
Right.
Jahan Dotson, by the way, ran a lot of routes. Didn't have 1 target. That's concerning to me.
Yeah.
This guy had chemistry with Hurts all of training camp. Haven't seen the regular season at all. I don't know what's going on. Mechie did have a couple of catches. He looked okay. Maybe that's going to be something. We'll see. Remember, Mechie's a better blocker than Dotson, so that's why you're going to see Mechie a lot. As I said, Dallas Goedert had a good game. Grant Cacto did have 1 catch for 16 yards. That's about it. Offensive line we talked about. Cam Jurgens did, by the way, have an errant third down snap that forced Hurts to take a sack. So just bad things on the offensive line. We've got to fix that up. My boy, Ajomo, probably the biggest sack of the game, which made it a huge 3rd and long, which they had to break up into 2 pieces.
Yeah.
So that was big. But Eagles started Jalen Hunt and Zarius Smith, and then Uche and Patrick Johnson, and just nothing. There was just nothing there, despite what Vic said. And here's the thing. I don't know what your thought is, but Jalen Carter, in the first 4 games, he's been a menace at times, and he's been completely ineffective at other times. He's been also mercurial. I mean, he's very inconsistent these first 3 games. And he committed another personal foul, which I am so freaking sick of with this dude. So I know his arm kind of came on his helmet. It wasn't anything overt, but still, it's your 3rd in a row. You've had 3 games, and you've had a personal foul in each of those games.
Yeah.
Tired of his shit. He has got to clean up his act and become more consistent. You want to be paid $30 million a year? You got to clean up your shit. Because right now, Jordan Davis is getting $30 million. You're getting 20.
He's getting $30 million. He's getting his money, dude. He's going to get his money. He's going to get
it from me.
He's going to get every dime, man.
But Zadarius Smith did start in place. It looked like Zadarius Smith just had trouble getting off his blocks. That's the thing I saw.
Yeah.
And Uche took a roughing the passer penalty too. Can't happen. Also clipped his helmet. So just got to clean this shit up. Patrick Johnson, by the way, was squashed to the ground on a couple of times that I saw. So he wasn't really making much plays either. So the only thing I saw that J.X. Hunt did good was that on that play where Bucky Irving fumbled, he kind of clogged that thing up and forced Bucky inside. And he made it so that everybody can kind of collapse on him. And that's where the fumble happened. So I know he's doing something, but it's just nothing visible that you can see.
Right.
Jahad Campbell had the pick, of course. He did lose coverage, I guess, on Irvin, but we talked about that. And he did have a couple of rushes that just didn't get home. And Mayfield escaped his containment. So I think that's what he's got to learn with too. Bond was just great, by the way. He was one of the more reliable Eagles all the time. And then your boy Quinyon was insane. He was unbelievable. Keely Ringo started. They just didn't go to him much. I don't know why, but Keely Ringo had 2 pass breakups and a 3rd down tackle. Mitchell deflected another 1 down pass. Ringo came up with a 4th down stop when he was challenged in the 3rd quarter. So that was the ones that stood out. Your boy Cooper, he led the Eagles with 9 tackles. He's unbelievable. He did get flagged for taunting. We talked about that. Got to clean that up. By the way, he did announce today, Vic announced that Drew Makuba is going to be starting full time now.
Cool.
He's not going to be switching in and out with Sydney. Maybe occasionally he said, but pretty much most of the snaps are coming to Drew now.
Cool.
Brandon Mann, 7 punts, 51 average. Unbelievable. His long is 63. He's just really, really playing well. Like, as you pointed out, we can't get that guy enough. By the way, Tank Bigsby and Elliott's been just terrific too.
Yeah.
Bigsby and Shipley finally had the kick return and did a decent job. They didn't do great, but they did decent. And Dotson returned just 1 punt for 3 yards. He really doesn't give much in that department. So I assume Xavier Gibson is going to be the guy who's going to be doing it from here on forward. Yeah. Let's get to the Eagles stats. You ready for these now? Here we go. All right. Updated stats as of today. Eagles offense ranked 30th overall. They were 27th last week. They're averaging 250 yards a game. Insane.
4-0.
You want to see who's leading the league in offense? And I know the records, I know, but you know who's leading the league in offense right now?
Who?
Dallas. Based on that game. Eagles are 31st in passing. They're second to last. They were 29 last week, so they're now 31st. Guess who's first in passing?
Who?
Same team.
Okay.
Dallas again. We're 16th in rushing. We were 14th. Buffalo's number 1. We're now 7th in scoring. We were 8th, although we helped out getting the some stuff. We're 27 points per game. Detroit is number 1 at 34.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Eagles lead the NFL in red zone offense 100%. Isn't that great?
Yep.
Eagles defense. We are 22nd overall. We were 18th. Ooh, we're giving up 333 yards a game, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 defense in the NFL still is.
I don't know.
When you take a shit, what color is it?
It's the Cleveland Browns.
That's correct. I don't know what you had to think about that. Like purple, green. I have a lot of different colors coming out of me.
Because stats are for losers there, man.
I know, but you got to look. You got to see where we are.
Here's the thing. You can say where we are now. And I'm gonna keep a mark of this in the 4th week. Like, yo, this you running down stats of where the Eagles land on the 4th week when we're 4-0. Tell me where they are stat-wise in week 15.
That'll be worth something. I agree.
Tell me where we are week 15. Because right now, that don't mean shit to me. Like, you tell me that we the worst passing team, right? And we 4-0. You tell me our defense is ranked 27, right? But we 4-0. When my defense need to step up, it's going to step up. We get on the field against the Browns. You telling me the Browns is going to stop us? And we going to lose to the Browns? That's what you're telling me.
I'm not telling you anything. I'm just telling you what they ranked.
We beat Dallas. They can be ranked. They had a number 1 ranked whatever. We beat them, and we're going to beat their ass again. They not put those 40 points up on us. But the fact that they put 40 points up on Green Bay lets me know that Green Bay is ass too.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good thing to know. See, that's why stats can be good.
That's what I'm saying. So you tell me, who in the NFC do you go, oh, man, we got to worry about them?
Well, that's the top 5. We're getting to that in a second. Now, hold on. Let's just finish it out. So Eagles defense, 22nd overall. They were 18th. Browns number 1. 17th in passing. They were 11th. Buffalo's number 1 in passing. They're 21st in rushing now. They were 24th. Cleveland is tops at 70. And then we're 16th in scoring defense. We were 15th. So we're letting up 22 points a game, which is a lot higher than 17, which might get you a little nervous. That is a stat that you might like to see. Interesting. You know who the best scoring defense is in the NFL?
Who?
Houston at 1-3, which goes to show you stats are kind of crazy. But that just goes to show you never know. You never know. All right. So top 5. Last week, the top 5, I had Eagles, Bills, Chargers, Lions, Bucs. Who did you have last week?
Last week, I had Eagles, Lions, Buffalo, Chargers, Colts.
Okay. ESPN had Eagles, Bills, Lions, Chargers, Packers. NFL had Eagles, Bills, Lions, Chargers, Bucs, which same as me. This week, the top 5. Let's get to that, and I'll get to the ESPN and NFL afterwards. But let me start with your number 5.
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. You still have the Bucs in the top 5. All right.
Yeah, they played us close.
Okay. I went number 5. This is a new one. Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold, baby. I don't know. Like, he's getting it done.
I ain't worried about them, man.
All right. Number 4 for you.
Steelers.
Wow. Okay. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. Probably won't have him in there.
I don't like them. But you know what? They're winning.
Okay. Well, she'll see. I have the Rams, number 4. I still like them a lot because we played them closer than the Bucs, I think. Give me number 3.
The Colts.
Colts.
They almost won their game. They almost won their game. That pass with my man, I guess wasn't that the game where he went across the line and dropped the ball before he went across?
Yeah, he did.
He would have beat the Rams. They would have won.
I know. Yeah, that was him. He was trying to trio QT. He pulled a Deshaun Jackson. He was like, "Hey, I got." Oop, no, I don't.
They would have won. They would have been undefeated still.
By the way, Deshaun Jackson should be really happy when he did that because nobody picked up that ball, and if anybody picked up that ball would have been repossessed.
Yep.
All right. I have number 3 is Detroit. So it's just interesting to see who your top 2 is because I can't believe you don't have the Bills and Detroit in your top 3. Give me a break. All right. Number 2 for you.
The Bills.
All right. We have the Bills too. Of course, you have to have it. So you have Detroit as 6?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have the Bills at 2. You have the Bills at 2. Number 1, we both have the same, so just say it.
Eagles.
Eagles, baby. All right, so there you go. Interesting, the NFL has the exact same top 5 I do. They have Eagles, Bills, Lions, Rams, and Seahawks. I just think those are right now the best teams. ESPN has Eagles, Bills, Lions, Rams, Chargers still. They still have the Chargers in 5, which I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't like that loss at all, so I can't have them in the top 5.
Nah, that loss was horrible. And I don't have the Lions in the top because they have a good offense. They can score the ball. They can score. But defensively, they don't scare me. They just don't.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't see them putting up 34 points on us. I just don't.
No. I still have like the Bucs, Chargers, and Packers in that next kind of tier.
Yeah.
I like all of them in that next tier. I don't have them in that top tier. I don't know if the Seahawks will stay there, but Seahawks have a pretty nice defense and have a pretty good offense. Now, again, I know they don't scare me, dude. Relax. They don't scare me. I'm just saying they got a nice offense. They got a nice defense. It's a tough place to play. I don't see them getting any kind of home field advantage, but it's one of those teams where they could sneak up on you.
Yeah.
All right. So we got to the NFL. Let's get to our Eagles Broncos preview. So let me give you some stats just to give us an idea of where the Broncos coming in. So Broncos were always known for their defense, not necessarily their offense, even though they got Sean Payton now. Interesting. They have a pretty balanced team. They have the 10th overall ranked defense, and they have the 9th overall ranked offense. So they're giving up 285 yards a game on defense. Their offense is gaining 354 yards per game. The defense is kind of well balanced on the pass and run. They don't give up more than 100 yards rushing. They have Patrick Surtain to shut down AJ. So got a pretty balanced defense. Haven't gotten a lot of sacks that they thought they were going to, but still a pretty good defense. On offense, here's the thing, Jay. They're better at running than throwing.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty balanced attack. They have 2 or 3 running backs that are pretty good. They have J.K. Dobbins and rookie RJ Harvey. So they both have pretty good running backs. But running has been an issue, though, which is weird. So even with their 512-yard outburst against the Bengals, which included 326 passing yards from Bo Nix and 100 yards rushing from J.K. Dobbins, they couldn't accept they still have problems running the ball, which is weird with Sean Payton. So I think if we do anything, if we can shut down the run game, Bo Nix is still tough. But I'm with you in the sense they're not going to scare me on offense enough that I don't think that was the Bengals, who are not very good at defense. I think we'll be okay there. But their other big problem, Jay, which is interesting because it's similar to us, penalties.
Yep.
They have been one of the most penalized teams, the 4th most penalized offense in the entire NFL. Center Luke Wattenberg has been flagged 6 times already this year, 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
He had 4 penalties alone on Monday night. He leads a group of 9 different offensive players who have been flagged this season. So they've had at least 7 penalties in 3 of their first 4 games. That's a lot. So if we can maintain our decorum, no more bullshit penalties, I think this is a very winnable game.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I think that I saw the game last night. They're playing on a short week. They're traveling to us.
Correct.
I didn't see anything that scared me. They do blitz.
They do.
Very similar to the Buccaneers. Offensively, I think Quinyon can shut down Sutton. And I didn't see a running game that was better than Bucky Irvin or Kyron Williams.
Okay.
Bo Nix doesn't scare me at all. So, yeah. I mean, I think
Bengals secondary is weak.
We've played 3 better quarterbacks with 4. We played against Dak. We played against Mahomes. We played against Stafford. And we played against Baker Mayfield. And Bo Nix is not better than any of those quarterbacks. So
I agree.
There's no fear here for me.
And they don't have an A.J. Brown. I mean, Sutton is good, but he's not. I mean, there's no A.J. Brown on that team that's going to make, wow, they really scare me. And
Sutton is good, but Quinyon can shut Sutton down. So they're going to have a major game plan, and we would have to be absolutely horrible to lose this game in all 3 phases. And I don't see that happening.
Okay.
And they struggled last night against the Bengals, bro. That first half, they was kind of struggling.
Yeah, they were. They really were until the running game kicked in the second half. They were just average at best.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I don't see this being unless we just come out really dead and really bad and we start really, really slow. That's the only way I see us losing this game. And again, if they don't score more than 17 points, I'm really not worried about it.
So you think the top two concern? I mean, again, I know it's early in the season. I know you're not fearing anybody, but your two top concern teams would be the Rams and the Bucs for the Eagles, or the Bucs and who else? You said the Bucs were close.
You mean as far as against the Eagles in our division?
Yeah, like towards the end of the year, you'd be like, yeah, I'd be a little nervous about them playing the playoffs, kind of thing, early on, like just from balance perspective.
I'll have a better barometer when we play after the bye. When we play both the Packers and we play the Lions, that's when I'm gonna have my best barometer.
Okay. Like what would you say now? What would you just say now if you had to guess before we play them?
If I had to guess, I would say it would be the Lions.
The Lions. Okay.
I would say it would be the Lions. But the fact that the Lions lost to they lost to Green Bay, right?
They lost. They lost Green Bay the other week. They won this week.
They lost to Green Bay. The fact that they lost that game, and the fact that Green Bay let Dallas hide them, and they lost to Chicago.
Right.
Wasn't it Chicago?
Yeah, they lost to Chicago. Yes.
I'm like, nah, man. What team can you put in front of me and be like, man, look, we gotta have a game. Nah.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. We've beaten 3 playoff teams. 3 of them. We've beaten 3 playoff teams. Nobody else in the NFL can say they've beaten 3 playoff teams.
And one was the AFC Championship.
Yes.
AFC champ, yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, y'all can talk what y'all want. You can talk what you want. You can talk about stats and y'all only rank this. Y'all only rank that. When we got on the field and then we lined up against that other playoff team, who won? Who won?
So I hear you. All right. As we're getting to the top of the hour here, let's do our trivia. So here's something that you probably didn't know, Jay. It was an odd game for Hurts, but we should point out that he had 24 passes Sunday, and Hurts has now thrown 241 consecutive regular season passes without an interception. Mm-hmm. Guess what that is?
That's a record for the Philadelphia Eagles, or the
That is correct. That is now a franchise record, which he broke. So the trivia question tonight is, whose record did he break, and how many passes was it that he broke, and what year? Mm-hmm. So it's amazing. Hurts has now gone 10 straight starts without an interception. That ties for the third longest streak in NFL history. Justin Herbert had an 11-game streak last year. Tom Brady had an 11-game streak over the 2010 and 2011 seasons. Jared Goff in 2022, 2023. Derek Carr in 2018 also had 10-game streak. So since throwing 4 interceptions in the Eagles' first 3 games last year, Hurts has thrown 360 passes over 16 regular season games with just 1 interception. So he's the first quarterback in NFL history to throw at least 300 passes over a 16-game span with 1 or fewer interceptions. Wow. NFL history.
Cool.
But like you were saying, there's a lot more guys who are gunslingers out there that are trying to make something happen, and then Hurts just don't do it. But at the end of the day, if you got more points than them, that's all that matters.
I think I'll put an answer in our chat. Let me see if I'm close.
Incorrect.
All right.
So yes, trivia question night is Hurts with even an up and down game. He has now thrown 241 consecutive regular season passes without interception. He broke the franchise record of what, by who, in what year? You get that right? I told you, we've got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got glasses, we got mugs, we got everything here at Broad Street Misery. You're going to love our stuff. Go to broadstreetmisery.com. Look at all the stuff we have to offer. If you get the trivia answer right first, we will send you out a prize free of charge, all delivered right to your doorstep. So check it out. This has been a wrap-up for us. Again, always here on the Fly Eagles Fly podcast. We've got some good insight. We gave you some A.J. Brown insight. We've gotten some offensive line insight. And then, J-Bliss always gives you insight into things you didn't even know that you wanted to know. And now you know.
100%.
And all he cares about is Eagles are 4-0, and your team ain't, except left Bills fans. I mean, Bills fans could have some, because there are some Bills fans out there. Actually, my next door neighbor's a Bills fan, which is pretty sad. But anyway, and they're from Buffalo, so that's allowed. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for us here as we are wrapping up week 4, looking into week 5. Eagles, Denver. We actually do get Tony Homo for our game this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to have him. I really do like Tony Romo for real, though. I think he has a lot of good insight, calling the plays. It's got great chemistry with his broadcast partner, whose name escapes me at the moment, but they have really good stuff there. So it's going to be on CBS on Sunday. Eagles, Denver. We both haven't win them. I'm going to say Eagles. I think they break out. We've been talking about this all year, but I think we finally break out. I think it's 5 touchdowns, no field goals. I think it's 35-18. I think it's 35-18 Eagles win. And what are you saying?
I think it'll be 24-10.
24-10. There you go, folks. So we'll see who's right. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you for following us. And we are on Apple Tunes podcast. We are also on Spotify. We're on X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Please check us out. Please let us know if you like it. Any comments. Send us your questions. You want to give shout outs, we'll be happy to do that on the radio. And we are always looking for some additional sponsors that we have. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we thank you guys for following us. And we're here on Broad Street Misery every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. As always, I'm Corey Alexander along with
J-Bliss.
And we'll see you next week. God love you. Peace.
Peace.